And joining Brother from Another Live is former NBA star and boxer Deron Williams. I hesitate to call you boxer only because I saw you said you were one and done. So after defeating Frank Gore, you sure you don't have the itch to get back at it and kind of see if, see how far you can take this thing?
No, not right now. Not right now. I'm still sticking to my guns. It was just a one-time thing. I had fun doing it, but, it'll probably be the last.
Retire undefeated, right? You and Rocky Marciano.
It's a good way to go out.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Go out on top.
No, I saw after that fight, you said, you just wanted to represent NBA players in that fight. How many NBA players did you hear from before the fight? And how many did you hear from after? And just give us a sense of some of the things that you heard.
It's quite a bit. A lot of guys called me before, like when I took the fight, or text me or hit me on Instagram. And a lot of them knew I had been training. Like one of the first calls I got was from Chris Paul. And so, he was already telling me he was already, talking some noise to some people, some football players. And, other guys just told me they were looking forward to watching the fight. So, and then afterwards, same thing, definitely got a lot of love from the NBA community.
And I saw where you said you wanted to check a box. Man,
yeah.
Stepping in that ring or even making that walk to get to the ring, few people have what it takes to do that. What did you learn about yourself through the process of training and preparing and also stepping in that ring and emerging victorious?
Yeah, I had to go through a lot. I feel like, it was a really short camp. I got the call about 6 weeks out, and I was actually like 245 pounds, give or take. And the fight was at 215, so I had to, from the jump, I had to, change my whole diet and get to training and battle through injuries and, just doubt if I could even make it to the fight because of the injuries and, but as it got closer to the fight and I trained more and more, I felt more comfortable. And by the time I got to fight week, I was ready to just fight. And I wasn't nervous. I wasn't really nervous on the walkout, which kind of surprised me because, I own an MMA gym in Dallas, and I talked to a lot of our fighters who fight in the UFC, and all of them said they usually have nerves. But I don't know, I guess, being in an arena, kind of reminded me of a basketball event. And so I think that played a part of it. But, all in all, man, like you said, it was a box I wanted to check, and it was something that I wanted to do and prove to myself that I can do, and, and just have fun.
Deron, I was telling somebody, I'm glad to be alive right now because I was just really trying to process a sentence I said to myself right after the fight. I just saw Deron Williams beat Frank Gore in a boxing match. And I was like, wait a minute. Deron Williams, who I was watching, because one of my favorite college basketball teams was your Illinois team with D. Brown and all those guys. I love that team. So I was like, okay, Deron Williams, that guy, was in a fight with Frank Gore, who was ageless and just seemed to play forever. Just how did you process it, and what did you think of some of these things here? We're playing some of the memes. This went viral. What did you think about just all the hype and attention that this fight got?
I honestly, it was kind of weird because, I've been away from the game for 4 years, and, besides playing in like these celebrity tournaments, I kind of fly under the radar. I don't do too much where, I'm out in public eye. And so as time's gone on, I've got less and less attention when I go out. I don't get bothered as much and things like that. So when I took the fight, it just surprised me how big of a deal it was, I think, at first. And I was like, oh, shoot, like, this is kind of a big deal. And, seeing it on SportsCenter and talked about, pretty much a lot until the fight and after the fight. I realized how big of a deal it was. And then when I found out how many people actually watched the fight, I saw the pay-per-view numbers. I don't know what it is, but dang near everybody I know or don't know seems like they watched the fight. So one way or another.
And you mentioned leaving the game. So you own an MMA gym in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
You're a full-time dad. You got 4 kids, right? I mean, that's more
Kids,
than me
yeah.
and Michael. I got both of us have 3, so you got us beat there. But I also read where when you left the game in 2017 at 32, which is crazy,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
in a great place mentally. Can you
Yeah.
walk us through your transition from All-Star NBA player to where you are now, and how you were able to make that transition and fight through whatever discomfort you were having once you had to leave the game so early?
Yeah, I mean, I think that first year, honestly, I just distracted myself. I didn't really watch much basketball. I played a ton of golf. I mean, about as much golf as you can probably play. And then, of course, kids, you know, they eat up a fair share of your time, and trying to spend as much time with them as well. And, then, there's only so much of that you can do. And then you start, high level athletes, we're used to regimen. We're used to, you know, having things to do, prepare for, compete. And I started to miss that. So I started to try to compete in golf. Man, this sport is brutal. Golf is a very humbling mental game. And, I was going through some personal things in life where it just, golf wasn't working either. And I kind of stepped away from it for a while and started working on myself and, trying to be a better person, and definitely in a much better headspace right now. And I think that's a big reason why I was able to take that boxing match, because a lot of the anxiety and depression that I had when I played basketball, I'd been able to work through a lot of it. And that's a big reason I wanted to take the fight and was able to get through it the way I did.
I've heard a lot of people say, what they've missed about a professional lifestyle. Some guys say it's the camaraderie. Some, as you just referenced, the schedule and just the discipline of knowing I have somewhere to be at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it for you, or was there something else that you missed from the game that you didn't realize until you were away from it?
So 100% the camaraderie, being in that locker room with those guys, is always amazing. There's no better thing than just shooting the breeze after practice or after games or on the plane, playing cards, hanging out. You form a lot of friendships being on basketball teams, and definitely miss that. And I would say the schedule, the schedule is that's the thing that I missed the most, and it's the thing that I hated the most as well, because the travel, the rigors of an NBA season, playing 4 and 5 nights, even though I don't think they're doing that as much now. The back-to-backs, getting into a city at 3 a.m. and having to play the next day, those are the things of the schedule I don't miss. But, having something to, a goal that you're working for every year, I do miss that.
Want to talk to you about one of your former teams, the Brooklyn Nets. You've been a part of a super team experiment before.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing together quite a few all-star players. There's no shortage of drama. Most of it just has to do with unavailability for one reason or another, but no short of drama and attention and discussion around the Brooklyn Nets. We certainly have our fair share of it. I wonder, from your perspective and your experience, is there an aspect to a quote-unquote super team assembling that goes on behind the scenes that from the outside, when you just look at the talent and look at the positions and look at the resumes and nothing else, you really can't appreciate unless you're in it and you're in the locker room and you're trying to make it work? Just take us kind of behind the scenes of the challenges that come with bringing together so many talented individuals.
Yeah, I mean, you know how the NBA works. I mean, it's everything has to go right for a team to win a championship. Not only do they have to have the talent and good coaching, but everybody's got to stay healthy. That's first and foremost. And you see, KD just going down, and that's kind of been their issue since they've assembled, is they haven't had all 3 guys available at one time for an extended period of time. So you really haven't seen their full potential. And so, and then do these players work together? And sometimes you get 3 of the best players in the world, their styles might not mesh, the way you hoped they would mesh. And I think you're seeing a little bit of that with the Lakers right now, where they're struggling. But when it comes playoff time, I feel like they can turn it on. But with Brooklyn, I feel like it's just a matter of getting those three guys. You know, obviously the vaccination status of Kyrie is, you know, hurts, you know, that possibility. But, you know, getting those three guys on the court for an extended period of time to really fully see what they can do and get some chemistry and get some, you know, those minutes together. I think that's important.
And you were honest a little while ago about some of your struggles post-retirement. What was the turning point for you? Like, what was that moment that it could have gone either way, but what allowed you to turn it around and get your life back to a good place?
You know, it's I don't know. You know, I don't know if there was one turning point. I think it was kind of a conscious effort and kind of like a, you know, a gradual thing. You know, and I just wanted to be my best self and my best self for my kids. And so, you know, I just knew there were some things that needed to change in my life.
For example,
you know,
what was it that you, as a father, 'cause we like to talk about fatherhood on this show a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like what was it that you knew you had to change for your kids and your family?
Well, I think just the place I was mentally, it was taking me, you know, away from, I don't know how to say it. Like, number one, I felt like I wasn't a great father, even though I was, but it was just the mental struggles that I was dealing with kind of pushed me away, you know, away from being a better person, a better father. You know, and like I said, there wasn't really one thing or that I can really point to, but it was just something that I just gradually kind of needed to do.
Gotcha.
We could tell from the background that you are at a golf course or near a golf course.
Yes.
What does the game mean to you today, and why are you there right now?
Well, you know, I've golf has always been a love of mine. It started because I was so bad. It was like the one sport that I just couldn't, you know, pick up right away, and kind of just got the bug from then. It was my rookie year. After my rookie year, got the bug and haven't looked back, you know. And I haven't been playing as much lately because I was training for the fight and I had some injuries before that kept me away from the game. But you know, this tournament that I'm playing in is one of my favorite events because we get to play with the best women LPGA players in the world who have won on the tour last year, play with other celebrities. And it's just a really fun event with some concerts mixed in and you know, get to mingle with the sponsors and fans. And, you know, it's just a really, really well put together event. And hopefully they can turn the heat up outside about 10 degrees because it was freezing this morning.
Well, hopefully we get a chance to come kick it down there with you sometime. So Thursday, Friday on the Golf Channel, Saturday and Sunday on NBC, the HGV, I beg your pardon, Hilton Grand Vacations, Tournament of Champions. We'll see you. We'll see what you got with the sticks. We know you got hands, as the world found out in December, but Deron Williams is retired. Went out on top. Went out a champion.
Retired. I'm just glad y'all took it easy on me. I was a little worried because I was listening. You know, I was on a couple minutes before y'all got me on the show, and y'all got some heated battles. Y'all get some heated discussions over here going on.
Well, once upon a time, we used to argue Deron Williams versus Chris Paul. I used to take Deron Williams, just so you know. Okay.
Not anymore. Hey. CP is doing his thing.
Yeah, man.
Still doing his thing.
It's all good, Deron. I tell you, I've known him I've known Michael Smith here for 23 years. So it's all good. It's all good.
It's all
and
love,
all love.
And you know what? I have been Deron Williams to his Frank Gore over those 23 years too.
Now he lying. He lying. Darren, he lying. He lying.
Yeah,
okay?
I hear you.
He lying. I'm the one got the hands between the two of us. I ain't saying much, but still. Okay? All right, man. Be good.
I hear you.
Have a good one. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Man.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.